we doing this morning? How we doing this morning? Come on. Woo! There we go. There we go. Are we awake? Are we awake this morning? I hope so. Good. Well, you guys, my name is Kalea. I'm Angelina. And we are so glad that you are here with us today. If this is your first time, we're so glad that you are here. And you guys, there is a camera back there. We actually stream online, so turn around. Wave at the camera. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Tell us where you are streaming from, what you had for breakfast. We want to know about you.
We also have some very special people in the room.
That's right, yes.
Right now. And that's the people who are here for the very first time.
Come on.
So everybody look around. If you see
Incredible.
somebody you don't know, say hi to them, give them a high five. We have something very special coming up that maybe first-time guests don't know about. What's that?
We do, yes. So you guys, we have Life Group. Life Group is the lifeblood of our youth ministry. We love Life Group around here. So we have Life Group tonight from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. here in this room for 6th through 8th grade. So you want to be there. We cannot wait to see you guys there. It's going to be so fun. And then Angelina, what do we have coming up these next couple weeks?
Oh my goodness. So every Wednesday, we like to get together and have just a good time.
So fun.
Youth on Wednesdays, every Wednesday this month.
Come on.
This Wednesday, though, we won't be meeting in here. You and your family, everybody's invited. We have First Wednesday, and it's going to be in the sanctuary. So bring your mom, bring your dad, bring your grandma, bring your cousins, bring everybody. It's going to be awesome.
Everybody. That's right.
And then we have something big, even bigger than Youth on Wednesdays.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. All right, we need a drum roll. Can we get a drum roll going on? Woo! All right, guys, we have Thrive Conference coming up in November. It's going to be incredible. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm literally so excited.
It's going to be amazing. So you guys, we want you to get connected. We want you to talk to your parents, talk to your grandparents, whoever you need to talk to in order to get you here to Thrive Conference. It's going to be incredible. We have messages, we have worship, we have hangouts, we have community.
And
it's so fun.
If they sign up right now, they get the lowest rates possible.
Yes.
The lowest rates you can
That's
get
right.
is right now, guys.
Come on. Yeah.
So make sure
sign
you
up
sign
today. It's going to be amazing. So we love you guys.
Yes. All right. So now, guys, we're going to transition into a time of worship. So you guys want to prepare your hearts, get up on your feet, move to the front, just find some place.
Go ahead and make your way down to the front. We're going to jump into worship this morning. So get your hands together. If you don't know the words, the lyrics will be on the screen. We're going to sing about God's goodness and his faithfulness this morning. So come on, sing it out. I give you glory for all you brought me through. And now I'm ready for whatever you want to do. I'm moving forward to follow after you. And now I'm ready. And now I'm ready for whatever you want to do. Your presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before. In every season, your grace has been enough. And I'm believing that the best is yet to come. The cross before me, and my hope on things above. And in you, Jesus, the best is yet to come. Your presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before. Let's get those hands going. Oh, we're believing in breakthrough this morning. Oh, sing, I know, and I know breakthrough is coming, and by faith I see a miracle. My God made me a promise, and it won't stop now. And I know breakthrough is coming, and by faith I see a miracle. My God made me a promise, and it won't stop now. I know breakthrough is coming, and by faith I see a miracle. My God made me a promise, and it won't stop now. Your presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Oh, your presence, Lord, your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before. Oh, you're working, Lord. Oh, that is who you are. Sing, you are here. You are here, moving in our midst. We worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship. You are here. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. Sing, you are waymaker, miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Oh, we put our trust in you. You're a maker, miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, oh, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you, 'cause you are waymaker, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are, you are, you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Sing that. That is who you are. 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 Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop. You never stop working. You never stop. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop. You never stop working. You never stop. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop. You never never stop working. You never stop. You are waymaker, waymaker, miracle work, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are, you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Sing that. That is who you are. 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 Sing that. That is who you are. 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 Oh, you're working. Oh, you're working, Lord. 'Cause you are good. You're good. Oh, you are good. You're good. Oh, you are good. You're good. Oh, you are good. Come on. You're good. Oh, you are good. We know that. Oh, you are good. You're good. Oh, you are good. You're good. Oh, you are good. You're good. Oh, you're good, Lord. I pray over every single person in this room, God. God, I pray that they're just leaning a little bit more into you today, God. That they just know they come expected for listening to the message today, God. And amen. Guys, as you make your way back to your seats, I would love to read a little couple verses for you. In John 3:16, it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life." See, now God gave his one and only Son out of love. And in 1 John 3:16, it says, "This is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters." And it says, Jesus Christ laid down his life for us out of love. Now, I encourage you guys today, give out of love. I don't know whether that's just 2 cents or if that's the $5 that you have for your lunch money next week, or if that's something that you have been saving up. I pray that you guys give out of love. Now, the buckets are being passed. I'm going to pray out. God, I just pray for every single person in this room, God. I pray that they're encouraged to give today, God. Whether they do not feel like it or not, I just pray that they give for you today. Now, guys, can you guys give up for the amazing Adam for the game? Woo!
What is going on, City First Youth? How are we doing today? Okay. Boo, it's good. I'm hearing it all. But we're going to play the Youth Challenge. It's one of my personal favorite games. Rock, paper, scissors, tournament style. So the way this is going to play is you're going to find a partner in the room. It could be from this side, that side, the middle. And you're going to do rock, paper, scissors on my go. And if you win, you stay standing. If you lose, sit down. And if you tie, raise your hand. Both of you, so I know you tied. We'll do a couple rounds if you tie. So that's how we're going to play. So if you want to stand up, everybody's playing. Find a partner. If you do not find a partner, raise your hand and we will find you a partner. All right, if you do not have a partner, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you need one. Not today. Do you want to? If you want to get the mic, Ava, yes. Go ahead. Okay, if you still need a partner, raise your hand. Make sure everyone has one. It'll be on shoot, but it'll be on my go. So I will say it. I actually do have some help today. Ava is going to help me. Let me make sure your mic is on. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna go rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and when I say shoot, that's where you stop. So rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, if you win, stay standing. If you lose, sit down. If you tied, raise your hands. This whole side got a tie.
Oh, they have a tie over here.
All right, this time is only for those who tied. So if you tied, this is for you. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Alrighty. A double tie. All right, then you both are still in, but find a new partner. So if you tied or are still tying, find a new partner. You are still in.
Yeah, you want to do what he just said, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh.
I have a very important announcement. Ready? Okay, I think we all need a lesson really quickly on the timing of rock, paper, scissors. Can you hold the microphone, Anna? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! That fast! It needs to be that fast!
I think so. All right, are we ready? Does anyone need a partner? Right there, you two can be a partner. You need a partner. You get a bye for this round, so you are still in, but you don't have to play this round. You advance to the next. Do you need a partner? Oh, he needs a partner. Perfect. Look at that. All right, we're gonna go fast. You ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Woo. Quit. All right, if you tied, this is for you. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I told you to be ready. Wow, then you guys are still in. Another tie. All right, if you tied, this is for you. If you tied, this is for you. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Tied again? Bro, you gotta be ready. That's the point, you gotta be ready. All right, if you are still in or tied, come to the front. Come to the front, let's see who's still in. All right, let's find new partners. New partners, new partners.
New partners.
All right, who needs a partner? Raise your hand. You need a partner? No. All right, you get a bye for this round, so you advance to the next round. You don't have to play this one. You get lucky. All right, Ava, you want to do this one?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Rocks, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, that was bad.
All right, you ready? Yeah. Do it together. 3, 2, 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I don't know if I can say it that fast. How do you guys keep tying? There's some cheating going on. I'm just kidding. All right, if you tie, this is for you. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh! The truth came out on this one.
All right, how many got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All righty. Does anyone need a partner? All right, we're good. All right. You ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I don't know.
All right, these guys tied. So this is for you guys. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Did you guys start?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That is like a 3-pronged scissors. I don't know if that's legal in this game. So you want to have a seat. I've never seen 3-pronged scissors, so you are out. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've never seen that kind of scissor before. All right, before we start, this is best out of 3. Semi-final. And if you win, you beat a student. So I don't know, that's rough. All right, best out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
they tied. All right, let's keep going. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, they tied again.
You can't. There is rock and scissors. It's not just paper. Okay. There's rock and scissors, so you can't switch. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Woo!
Oh!
Woo!
Let's go!
Kalea, it's best out of 3. It's best out of 3. It's best out of 3. Come back to the front. Best out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, they're tied.
All right, it's you guys. Then we're gonna go to you. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh.
Is it 1-1?
Yeah, have you go.
Then you are out. All right, you guys can come up on the stage. Give it up for the finalists. I'm excited for this round. All right, what is your name and how have you prepared for this tournament? She's just trained for it. She's a professional
What's your
at
name
this
and how did
game.
you prepare?
You play all the time.
Caleb, and I honestly did not expect to be.
You did not expect to be up here. Okay.
That's what I like. All right, for this round, we'll wait for them to be done. For this round, it's best out of 5. Best out of 5. So you got to win 3 of them. If you tie, we're going to run it back right away. So if it's tied, I'm going to say it right again right after. Are you ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, what was that? What was that?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
What
We'll
was
give that point to you. That was a scissor rock. I don't know what that is. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What was that?
How do you get 3 ties in a row? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
Ooh, she's up 2. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
oh.
Woo! She's a. Give it up for her. She 3 in a row.
Let's go.
Took the dub. High fives all around. You can have a seat.
Yeah.
I mean, the best way I can tell you to win the next one, and this is profound thoughts. Train. All right, we are going to go into the next part of the service. I get to introduce the speaker. I don't think she's ever spoke here, ever. One time. So you may have seen her, you may not. Give it up for Belle as she makes her way to the stage.
Guys! What's up, guys? Let's turn this sucker on. Wait, who said that I've spoken in here once? I have never been in here on a Sunday. Like, Jalissa. Boo, Jalissa. Boo, Jalissa. Boo, Jalissa. I'm just kidding. All right, let me put this on Do Not Disturb so I don't get distracted, all the things. Okay, let me catch my breath because you guys made me excited and now I'm out of breath. Whew. Oh, that's a picture. I'm just kidding, I sent it in. They're like, send me a picture, and I was like, oh, this one's fun. And I look like I'm from Top Gun because I'm wearing that outfit, so it works out. Today, Caleb was like, oh, so do you have like a movie to go along with your message? And I was like, no, but I should have. So this time next year, I'll bring a movie, all right? Sound good? But yeah, if it is your first time, we are so excited that you guys are here. It's also my first time in here, so we're twins. And I know it could be intimidating to come to a new place, so just know that we're super proud of you for showing up, and we're excited to meet you. And if you haven't met someone yet, make sure you do before you leave, all right? My name is Belle, like I've said maybe 4 times already. I just finished out the City First Leadership College. Yep, my name is Belle. And now I'm on staff for youth and for the college. So it works out super well. So if you've ever been to youth on Wednesday or you've been to Vive, you might have met me. I'm really bad at remembering names, so don't be offended. All right, so we're kicking off September with this topic of identity. But this morning, I wanted to dive in and talk to you guys about who God is. And you might just be like, oh, okay. I thought you said that we're talking about identity. Why would we be talking about God? Well, in order to know who we are, we have to understand who God is. And I think a lot of times we feel like we know of God
but we don't know exactly who God is. And so that's what we're going to dive into today. And once we're done, I really want us to hone in on discussion groups and have talks with all of our friends to see where everyone's at. That is the best way to learn. So we're just going to have a quick time, you and me together, and then the real work is going to come in when we sit in discussion groups and share with all of our friends. Okay, so for the next couple of weeks, that's what we're diving into, because you know what's really awkward, and I don't know if you've ever been in this situation before, but when someone is just kind of like an awkward acquaintance, like you can't just pass them in the hallway and be like, you have to like acknowledge their existence and be like, hey, we're not really friends, so I'm not going to ask how you're doing, but I am going to say hey and keep walking with my head down for the rest of the way. It is so awkward. Like, I'm either like, let's just pick a side. Let's pretend that we don't know each other, or let's be best friends. I don't like this in-between lane that we're living in. It's like you're obligated because you know enough about them, but you just don't exactly know them. But we're going to change that. If you feel that way with God, today we want to change that. We want you to be friends with God and not just awkward acquaintances. Because he doesn't want to be that awkward acquaintance for you. He wants to be that close friend that the Bible explains him as. All right, so before we dive in, I have a couple questions. Since it's my first time, I want to get to know you guys. How many of you were born somewhere in the United States? I said, how many of you were born somewhere, and someone raised their hand already. I'm glad you were born somewhere. That's awesome. Okay, how many of you have parents who were born outside of the United States? I do. What about grandparents born outside of the United States? Outside. Oh, you raising your hand? Sweet. I like your sunglasses a lot, by the way. Okay, fun fact, you're welcome. Fun fact about me, I'm half Vietnamese. My middle name makes no sense in English. My last name doesn't either. It's just like consonant, 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 vowel, consonant, consonant, consonant. Nguyen is the middle name. Last name is Nghi, and it's spelled Nguyen, last name Nghi. Makes no sense, I know. Every time someone tries to pronounce it, they're like, and I'm like, it's okay, I'll just tell you. But my mom was born in New York, and my dad was born in a city called Chi Minh in Vietnam, and it is the literal jungle. Like, my dad was actually born in the jungle. And do you ever complain about something small to your parents, and they're like, well, I had to hike to school in the snow. It took like an hour to get there. It was really bad. Or they're like, well, back in the day, we had to wait for the Wi-Fi, and it was really long. Or back in the day, we didn't have cell phones. We used to have to write letters. Okay, I get it. And I'm sorry if your guys' parents have done that to you, but let's take a second and think about my dad, okay? One time I got my Starbucks order wrong, and I was like, man, I really wanted oat milk, not regular milk. And my dad was like, good thing you didn't have to grow up in the jungle and search for your own food. And I was like, okay, Dad, let me just have one thing, okay? I just want one thing. I don't want to hear about your crazy childhood. But speaking of crazy childhood, is it okay if I tell you guys a story before we get in? All right. Don't worry, it's connected to the Bible. I promise. We'll get there. I have 3 younger siblings. I'm the oldest. Shout out to the oldest kids in the room. I'm praying for you. Praying for you. But in our old house, we had this room that was like filled with just like random stuff. It was like letters, bills, old cards, happy birthday cards, all the random things. It was like the junk drawer of our house. But for some reason, my brother and I like ate this room up. Like there was nothing for kids in there, but every time we were playing, we're like, let's go to the room with all the papers and pens and stuff. And we were super excited for it. And so one day, we're going through the drawers there, and we're like, oh, this is so cool. And we pull out this ID of my dad, okay? You know this story? I've told it before. But it's an old ID of my dad. And we're like cracking up at this picture. We're like, oh my gosh, Dad looks so old. Oh my gosh, he used to be so young. So many wrinkles now, ew. And as we're laughing, my brother and I are looking at the ID, reading all of the things. And all of a sudden, we get to the bottom of the ID. And at the same time, we read the word alien. What? And we fall silent. we both look at each other and we're like, what is happening right now? And can you imagine this? I'm 9, my brother's 6, and we're holding my dad's like federal ID. This is like the real thing. And we read the word alien. I'm sorry. What? And just so you know, because I didn't know this at the time, but in case you pull up one of your parents' old IDs and it says alien, just so you know, that's just a federal term that they were born outside of the United States. They're not actually an alien. But I didn't know that. Okay, who would know that? At the time, I didn't even know where like babies came from. I thought adults were born as adults. I was like, I kept having birthdays, but I was like, I guess I'll just be 9 forever. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. And one time my grandma was like, yeah, adults are just adults for their whole life. Like she affirmed it, and so I believed it for like 3 years. I was like, why am I growing then? Why do I keep having birthdays? But how many of you have a sibling that when they cry, they like cry? Like scream cry, rolling on the floor, scream crying. All 3 of my other siblings are like that. And so my brother starts wailing. He sounds like a literal siren. He's like rolling on the floor, screaming. He's like, oh my gosh, Dad's an alien, Dad's an alien. I'm like, you need to be quiet because our alien dad's about to come in here and abduct us into the sky. You need to stop right now. And he's freaking out on the outside, and I'm freaking out on the inside. And all of a sudden, there's a pause, and I could see Jack, who's my brother, and he's just thinking. I see the wheels turning, and he's like staring at the ID, and he's like, well, he does have a big forehead. So, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh, he's so right. Dad does have a big forehead. He is an alien. So I'm internally freaking out, but I have to be strong for my little brother, okay? I've got to protect him from our alien father. I'm honestly humanity's last hope at this point. And I'm going through my head, and I'm thinking to myself, I do not know who my dad is. What even are my memories with him? Are they even real? I don't trust him, and I feel really unsure about what's going to happen next. And my mind started going crazy, and I was even questioning who I was. If my dad is an alien, that means that I'm half alien, okay? And then I was like, oh my gosh, if my mom is an alien, because aliens are attracted to other aliens, I don't know. I'm just full-fledged alien, okay? Mom and Dad, don't laugh. It was 2009, and my whole world was literally falling apart. So let me give you a little bit more backstory about my dad and I. My dad and I would go to the Asian market a lot when I was younger to buy stuff for dinner. Like, this was our thing. And I remember that day, my dad came into the room. He was like, Belle, you want to go to the market with me? And I was turned around, and I went like this. No. And he was like, okay, my bad. And so while my dad goes, Jack and I are in the room, and I'm trying to get Jack to calm down. I'm like, Jack, you've got to calm down because we're about to go eat dinner. 1, I'm really hungry. 2, we got to play it cool. And 3, please stop screaming. He's still screaming at this point. And so we finally get the courage to walk out to the dinner table. And the whole time, my brother's just staring at my dad like this. I'm like, dude, you've got to hide it a little bit. But everything my dad does at dinner makes it seem like he's an alien because we're like already thinking it. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I do not know who my dad is. Like, I think he's an alien. And I don't know if you've ever heard someone speak Vietnamese, okay? And you'll know what I mean, but it's literally just a bunch of sounds at different levels, okay? I have 3 aunts. They're all named Hai. But it's like, hi, hi, hi. And they all know how to answer to the different names. It's really confusing. But my dad takes a call at the dinner table, and he starts speaking Vietnamese, and my brother just loses it. He's speaking an alien language, and he's sobbing like this crazy person. And my dad finally hangs up the phone, and he comes back to the table, and he looks at my brother, and he's like, what's wrong? And my brother and I just spill the beans. We're like, we know you're an alien, Dad. Please, it's okay. We're your kids still. We still love you, please. And my parents start hysterical laughing. And we're like, these are weird aliens. Why are you laughing at us? And, our world is falling apart. I'm sorry. I think about it. I'm not adding anything to the story. This is actually what happens. Anyways, my parents are like, just so you guys know, alien doesn't actually mean the green things that live in space. Alien means that Dad was born in Vietnam. And we were like, oh, got it. My brother's like, oh, awesome. Wipes his tears off. Everything's fine. I'm like sitting there contemplating everything about my life. I'm like, okay, so I'm not an alien. I'm not half and I'm not full-fledged. All right, got it. But I remember sitting at the table and just apologizing to my dad for not going to the market with him because I didn't go because I was afraid. I missed out on something really good because I felt uncomfortable with my dad, because I felt like I didn't know him. And I wonder if we ever do the same thing when it comes to God. Do we miss out on having certain moments because we're holding God at arm's length? Have we not just asked him the truth about what he's like? You see, in the Bible, it says that God is a creator, he's a redeemer, he's your father, he's caring, he's kind, and God is our protector, and there's so much more to it too. And the more that you read the Bible, the more that you talk to other people who believe the same things that you believe, the more you lean in at church, the more you have conversations with your life group leader, these all help you understand who God is. So if you've ever felt disconnected or far off from God, I want you to know today that it's possible for you to have a true and authentic relationship with God. It isn't enough to just have an idea of God. We talked about that awkward exchange when you kind of know someone but not really. It's not enough to just have an idea. It's important that we know God for who he is. And when I thought my dad was an alien, I literally questioned my whole identity. I was like, who am I? Do I really like iCarly that much? I don't know. Is this just an alien thing? But the same thing applies to God. When you know who God is, you can be confident in who you were called to be. And so you may be like, okay, so what now? What does that mean? Because I don't know about you, I don't want to do this by myself. I want to do this with God, with someone who knows me the best out of everyone. But that's what we're going to talk about in discussion groups. I gave you guys a forewarning. We're going to have the big conversation in discussion groups. But we're going to talk about how we view God, how we view ourselves, and how we can move forward in knowing God more. And I just want to remind you guys that if you're like, I'm kind of good at this, but I'm not really, like when you're in middle school, it's hard to find out what is your thing. I remember being like, I'm not really that good at softball, but I'm on the softball team. I have my friends, but I'm not really sure if they are my friends. Sometimes we're friends, sometimes we're not. I feel like I fit in at home, but not really. And I felt like that for a long time. But when I met God, I was like, no, but I know who God says I am. He says that I'm called, that I'm special, that I was thought about in my mom's belly. Like before I even knew what my purpose was, God was coming up with it before. And so it's important that we understand who God is, that he's always telling us the truth, that he loves us, that he cares for us, so that we can know what we are. So we're going to divide it into discussion groups. I'm going to have all the girls go over to the left side, and then all the guys go over to the right side. And your life group leaders have some of the questions, and you guys are going to talk it through, but I encourage you, if you're usually quiet during discussion groups, talk a little bit, or listen to some of your friends and what they're talking about, because there's something that you can learn from all of your friends. Sound good? Guys, thanks for having me for my first time in MSC, and we're just going to divide up. Girls over here, guys over there.